Welcome back once again to another episode of Wren's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires at the Commonwealth. This is my girl Harley, as you can see. She's pretty active. As far as my characters go, she's one of the ones that I use quite frequently. Now, I'm not exactly sure how many people are on this server, but we shall go check. Go over here to Noodle Butski's camp will be our first stop of the day. I haven't done one of these in a while, mainly because I've been sick, either with the flu, or stomach issues, or playing other games. At one point I couldn't talk, which is kind of weird, really well. My voice kind of sounded like I was trying to eat gravel. Okay, so they've got the, whatever, world edit thing going, where the weather looks like it's almost cool, but it's not. Or it feels like you're in Portland. Oh, the Atlantic City thing, that's what it is. Yeah, Atlantic City. Anyway, here's some free water for you. They've got a lovely little vendor out here, and they've gone out of their way to, point out where their workstations are, because they want people to feel at home in their camp. So I'm going to go back over here since I set off the Mirelurks. I'm going to check out their garden, what they put up here in the top. And then they've got their lovely little, power generator and weather refinement system. They've got a love nest built for, worthy of Rika Wolf. Anyway, and then we'll go down here, and we will check this one out here. Man, I love it when people have a little bit of wood in their living space. It makes it so much better when they go to do something. Come down here, you've got the card table. Actually, it's the Brotherhood of Steel table that you get from completing part of the Brotherhood of Steel quest line. But apparently the plushies are playing Go Fish with a fish. So, got the display bot over here / I think that's just the display bot. I don't think that one really functions in any other way. But, I could be wrong, but I love it when people do this with trees. I think more people should incorporate trees into their build, but if you're going to do that, you might as well go ahead and make the bottom of your house hit the ground and use the area around it for your actual, gardening spots, because this just kind of detracts from the whole thing then. Alright, let's go down here and see. Hello? Ah, there we go. There's our friend. Alright. So they've got a couple of vaults out, which, as you know, I'm not going to really go into. They've got one gun out, which is sitting out here on the little floaty thing in the middle of the pool of water where these things spawn. They've got their little, water purifier out because, might as well. We've got water. Let's go ahead and get some. Now, the one thing about this is the weather refinement things are kind of temperamental, meaning they only kind of work when you're close by the build, and if your build is too big, they kind of flake out once you get a certain distance away from them. The other thing about this area is that I wish they would have made this into a cave that you could actually go into and do something with, because it's like a missed opportunity for the game. But as you can see, this place is just a shitbox. I mean, I'm hoping that he's in the process, or they are in the process of, refining it. But in all honesty, it's a shitbox. It's been a shitbox for a while. It's going to be a shitbox for a while more. So, I mean, after all, his name is Noodle Butski's, for God's sakes. And we'll go over here to Hymar's camp, and we'll open it up and take a quick peek. I mean, nothing says I've got an awesome camp like putting a submarine in the middle of a golf course in an area where there's no water. I mean, at least back there, you could have faked it with the water being, right there. But, yeah. is not above me. Did they leave? They left before I got here. Alright, I'm going to go over here because there's two camps over here. We'll go to SS92675 something or another's camp. I don't speak gibberish. Nah, I speak gibberish all the time. Just ask anybody. But usually when I'm talking to a small animal, child, or the same thing. Small animal and child, it's the same thing. You can think that it's not, but it really is. Ooh. So we got a little farm here. We got the farm plots out here, and it's all set up in an area that was actually built for farming. We've got the water purifiers, which makes sense given, that the water's there. You've got this unused structure here that they could have used. Got their own little vendor, their own little basketball goal, which actually is one of the few times I've seen one put out lately and used as an actual basketball goal. And we'll go up and check that place out too in a minute. Because that's a prefab, if I remember right. It's the Ironworks. Beckett's got his own little lemonade stand out here. We got our two vendors up here. And SS9260 something or another is, selling some stuff. I'll buy that. If I don't have it on this character, and if I don't have it on this character, I might as well buy it. Unless it's something that's like crazily priced in the millions of caps, which none of this is. It's just kind of weird. But what a weird day. So, if you haven't noticed, the second contest is up on the channel. I highly advise any of you to give it a shot. I really want people to build and do stuff. He has, power things, but I don't understand why you would do that except you're trying to move them through the walls, which there's better ways of doing that, but I understand not everybody knows those. If anybody knows numbers here, let them know that they could move this stuff through in a slightly different fashion with a slightly better result if they wanted to. They've got the wallpapers are all the same, so, those may or may not be there because, servers being what they are, they can kind of lag out. Sometimes your wallpapers won't show up. They've got some double walls, and, you can see that here, but I think it's funny that they're using the same wallpaper throughout the entire building. Like, there's no differentiation. The camp has a few displays of a few cool things that they've collected, like the, bobbleheads and the magazines and things like that, because, at one point you get extra points for doing it. They've got a couple merges in their camp, and they're obviously trying to do some cool shit. I hope this one's still a work in progress and Numbers manages to finish it off and get it done well. It's a good starting point. It really is. It's actually really well done. And I rate camps on a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, I didn't give that one dumpster fire a rating. Well, that's why. Anyway, so I rate camps on a scale of 1 to 10, and if you have a bathroom, I give you a point, which this isn't, but it probably will be at some point. If you have a prefab that you're using, I give you 2 points. And if you generally just build something cool, I give you extra points. And I grade you based on, the stuff that you've actually done. Like I said, this guy's got a few merges. He's got a few little odds and ends. He's at a point where most people would consider this a starting point for their camp, where they've been working on it for a while, but it's not quite to where they want it yet. It's like at that point where, change a few wallpapers, change a few this, change a few that, add a few more merges, put in some sinks, a toilet, a bathroom, which isn't here, so I'm going to deduct 1 point off the top. I'm going to deduct 2 points off the top. I'm going to deduct another 3 points off of it, and we're going to go ahead and call it a 4. It's not that it's a bad camp. It's actually a really good camp, but it's like I said, it's at that kind of in-between stage where it could go good or it could go shit. And we're going to go over here and check this one out, because this one is just dumb. And why do I say this is dumb? Well, I'll show you here in a second. We're going to go up this landing here, and you look over here, and look at all those vegetables. Look at all that ground. Look at all those vegetables. Okay. I build here all the time myself, and I typically build up and into this area. And if you're going to build a camp that is nothing but a farm, like this one pretty much, let's see whose camp this is. This is Cutie Patootie 81's camp. Oh my god, I have so longed to see somebody named Cutie. No. Anyway, so if you're going to build up here, I suggest watching the video where I show you how to build up a vertical surface like these rocks and place these foundations in a way that will make the whole place look like it actually is integrated in versus just a bunch of floating platforms up here. I really, really, really suggest it, Cutie Patootie, if you ever get to see this video. By all means, do check it out. This is actually, one of the newer prefabs, and I've seen a couple really good builders use them to see what they can get out of them. Most notably is Hitbit. Hitbit has done one hell of a build in this place. The only thing that he has that is kind of iffy is he put in a bathroom back here. And as you can see, these floors are all crappy. So he put down rugs in his bathroom, which if you've ever lived in a place that actually has rugs in the bathroom, my God, all it takes is one overflowing toilet and you are crying for days afterwards. Days, I mean. Anyway, so this is Cutie Patootie's camp. This is their bedroom up here, and they've got a heart-shaped bed and a few plushies and a few other little odds and ends, and they're a member of Fallout First, or at least they have been at one point. They've got their power going through the building, so it's going right through the wall there because there's no other way for it to go. They've got all of these vegetables, some of them floating in the air, some of them stuck in that shit down there. I mean, geez Louise. So I'll give them 2 points for this and 1 point for everything else. I might give them 3 points because they did at least try and fit foundations underneath this place to get this thing to level out, even though they should have used the stone/concrete ones just to make it look more uniform. Because if you actually found a house that was built like this, all it takes is walking back here in the corner, jumping up and down once, and you're going through the floor. Anyway, they've got their, yeah. Anyway. So, not a bad little camp location. Built here a lot myself. I like it. And like I said, I'll give this one a 4 overall. Same as this one down here, but for totally different reasons. Actually, that has made me change my mind. That is a 3, and this is a 4. That is dog shit. This is heading out of dog shit into the elegant stand of coolness. Not really, it's just okay. But, you got to live with what you got. Alright, at least it's not like, a magic floating camp and flying shit in the middle of nowhere. Let's go over here and check out the Pale Scythes camp because I have this feeling. I'm going to go until I run out of camps on this server or until I get bored. So, we're going to go for at least another 2 camps. Maybe 3. Because I don't do these very often anymore, and I need to get back in the habit. Wow. That is the missile silo bunker, if I remember correctly. They have their own charging thing. See, this is what I mean by this is just dumb. Okay, this is dumb. Right here, this is dumb. Because, I mean, I get it. You need to get your door to work, and this is the easy way to do it, is to run the wire around like that. But why do you need the extra generators? I mean, this one right here is 100 points. What have you got here that costs more than 100 points to power? Do you have something magical that I'm missing? Something incredibly power hungry? No, no. There's nothing like the management team at Blackpink here, that's for sure. So, yeah, dude, you went overboard on this shit. Okay, this is all overboard. All of it. Doesn't need to be here. You built a house that is a warehouse that has 2 beds in it. One of them clean, one of them looks like, well, you've consummated your love with a super mutant on it. And yeah, you planted some stuff. You've got a bunch of guns. If you're going to put guns out, put them down at ground level or at least quarter wall height, like where this wall is right here. That's where you need those things to be. So they will actually cover the shit that is coming at your house. Putting them up there, they do not have enough detection to always detect something that is right here. Just so you know. So I'm going to assume this is a new person's camp. Pale Scythe is probably a new person. They haven't got a lot of stuff to build with, or they don't know what they're doing yet, or it's just, you know, an older player's camp that doesn't give a shit. Either way, it's a 3 at best. That's the same as this, by the way. I'm going to go up here and check its Fatal's camp just to see, real quick, if there's anything there that's worth checking out, because, you know. What a day. The world is just so amazing, isn't it? So I've been playing Dragon's Dogma 2, Fortnite, and I just started working on Helldivers 2. So hopefully you'll get to see some videos of those. Ooh, this one actually is cool. So this is a prefab, that's 2 points. Got all their workstations out here in it, pretty much. Everything except for their kitchen. They've got a little shop right by their garage, which is themed out to be a little shop, like restaurant type thing. Slash general store type thing. Which if you live in the United States, you'll know that some of these places actually do exist, and they're pretty much almost exactly like this. I thought I already had that. I'll be damned. Sometimes you find some of the weirdest plans you don't actually know, or they've been wiped out of your inventory. Anyway, it's Fatal. It was nice to see your camp. I'm still checking it out a little. Okay, going up here. This is the apartment above it where the person lives. I just want to see if that safe back here is... Ah, it's the freezer. Okay, that makes sense. I gotta remember that I'm not on the character that has the restricted door opening thing, so like, I can just pop any door that I want to. And they got another prefab back here for the Brotherhood of Steel, which is an armory for the Brotherhood of Steel. Literally, it's full of armor. Holy crap. Okay. And this place is decked out like it would be a Brotherhood field tower. Not bad, dude. So, I rate camps on a scale of 1 to 10. This one is done exceedingly well, as you can see right here, by looking at the placement of the roofs. I mean, these things are like right up in there. So, can't complain about that. This is It's Fatal's camp. Let's see, am I on open mic or am I on closed mic? Because if I'm on open mic, I'd like to... I guess I'm on open mic. Alright, so on a scale of 1 to 10 is how I rate camps. If you got a prefab, I give you 2 points. The only thing this place is missing that I can tell is a toilet. Nope, it's got one. It's got one. Okay. Builds nice quality. Everything's... It looks like it's attached well. Everything's built out well. Even the Brotherhood Tower here is built out well. Power's going to everything like it should be. Everything looks okay, except for maybe that. That might be a little screwed up, but I can overlook that. I'm sure that has to do more with the fact that their apartment is up here and they've got stuff in it that they were trying to do. No, it's just a little glitch in the matrix. They should have probably swapped out a quarter wall for a half wall. Yeah, okay. So we'll go ahead and give this thing a rating. And the rating is going to be... I'm going to give it a 9. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Really isn't bad. There's only a few little odds and ends that really need to be fixed up a little bit. Like that one piece of the wall in there, that just needs to be tweaked. A couple little odds and ends out here, but nothing major. Nothing that most people would bitch about. Just stuff that I bitch about because I'm me. And yeah, I mean it looks really good. It's a great camp overall. I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10. It's just that stuff right there that bothers me. There's better ways of doing the walls than that. I mean, I get it. He probably expanded it up after he'd already placed them. But it's just there's better ways of doing it, especially on the interior to make it look more uniform because that would look much better if that white beam went all the way across. It would almost look like a decorative item in the build itself. So that's what I mean by there's little odds and ends, nothing major at all. So anyway, cool. Maybe a couple of extra like beams out here in the front to support the lip, or at least place these things more towards the center position so that it looks like it's actually supporting the roof in a proper angle versus where it normally snaps at, which I know is a pain in the ass and kind of picky, but it is what it is. But yeah, cool. It's definitely a 9. And that's it's Fatal's camp. Dude, that's actually a beautiful camp. All right. Let's see now. Let's do this real quick. I don't do this often enough either. There we go. That'll be my cover shot. And then we will check out exactly one more camp, which is right over here. Because the name, Sham McWheezy's camp, is just too fucking tempting. Pardon the language. I dropped that at the last few minutes of the video, and I apologize if it offends you. And if it offends you, you really need to grow up. If you're a child and you're watching this, I'm sorry. I have taught you a new word. All right, let's take a look here. So you come in on the road, get this landing here. Okay, so it's got the roofing kit and the wall kit that's new-ish. What we really need from a roofing kit is replacements for these right here. These need to be in every roof tile that they have released so that we can use them with any roof set that we have. They need to match out. It's the one thing that Bethesda has really dicked around with and not actually done anything with their roofing system. I mean, don't get me wrong, they dick around all the time with everything, but let's check out Sham McWheezy's camp, which really doesn't have jack in it as far as vendors go. The interior, this is vault grade flooring. The exterior looks like 100 times better than the interior. The yeah, okay. We have the look, I'm a crack addict bed number 1, the I wet my pants bed number 2, and bed number 3 looks like it's in a musty old haunted house. And the beds, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but like this is actually fairly decent size. This one is like the size of somebody that lives in Japan, maybe. And this one here is just, look at this. This is the height of my character compared to the bed. They're just off. They're just off by like a fraction of what they need to be. They need to be, the bed should be about the size of this rug, to be honest. They've got a decent collection of crap that you can find throughout the Wasteland. It is just crap. There's nothing special about it. They've got a few of the bobbleheads, a few of the magazines, very few of either. Generator is old Smokey here. Oh, good Lord. So I rate camps on a scale of 1 to 10, as you guys already know. They've got Beckett's little lemonade stand out here. Um, they either didn't have any flooring that looked better than this, or they have it and just haven't bothered to do anything with it. Which, if you could plant all these plants, you'd think you'd figure out the flooring. But I get it. I mean, it is what it is. Some people are, you know, the exterior looks great. The interior, not so much. So if I was just grading it on the exterior, I'd be like, oh man, this is a beautiful place. It's like, an 8 or a 9. Then I go inside, what the fuck? It's that first apartment that you get that's like so crappy that you don't ever want to claim to have lived there. Um, it's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's this is a hard 3. Hard 3. All right, let's check out one more and see if we can find anything left. Brom Iron Fist Camp. I'll just look at this. I need to find out where this is on the river. I do not remember where I took this picture at. It does exist. It is there. It is 2 teddy bears with a rudder on a cardboard box. If you guys know where that spot is, by all means, please tell me in the comments below. Apparently the deer here are very fierce, especially the glowing ones. This is like, you got a little bit of a garden, you got the Wasteland Wanderer as a follower, and they just gutted this deer right here in the front yard. A little bit of a fire pit, a couple guns. Another deer over here that needs to be tempered. A couple water purifiers and a 100-watt power supply. Okay, if I was going to have that much power and just those 2 water purifiers, this thing, and the lights inside this cabin, I wouldn't have another power supply on top, which this one does. You can tell by the smoke coming down in here. So as far as room decor, it is a 1. And I don't understand why this is here. This is like the dumbest thing I think I've seen in a while. And then you've got this roof and this roof, which have 2 totally different textures. On the interior wise, they look relatively similar, but on the exterior, it just looks totally different, totally dumb. Oh my god. So it's a 2. There we go. So if you ever need albino deer, they like to spawn up here, by the way. Actually, there's a lot of deer that like to spawn up here. It's actually a really good spot for deer hunting if you need rad stag meat for any reason at all. But there's like almost always 2 or 3 albino ones here too. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. So this has been Ren for Ren's Wasteland Camp Review / Dumpster Fires at the Commonwealth. If you've enjoyed this video or any of my other previous videos, or would like to make suggestions on any of the videos, or comment where that box is with those 2 teddy bears and the thing on it, by all means, like, subscribe, comment, bitch at me for my weird camera angles and the stuff that I don't do, or the stuff that I do that you like. Please comment. And if this is your camp, I'm sorry. It is such a shit box. Man, god damn. You've got a cool name and you still have a shit box for a camp. Alright, I'm going to go over here to Urgent Toysters Camp. This is going to be the last one. I wasn't going to do another one, but that's one of my camps, by the way. I'm going to go check that out. That's one of my vendor camps, by the way. There should be a video about it on the channel somewhere. I'm going to check out the this here. Anything? Server lag? I don't even think it shows up as... Nope, nothing in it. Okay. So they've got a resource gathering camp. with a bunch of water, one vendor that's got nothing in it, some vegetables that they decided to plant and put a wall around because I'm guessing the rad stags and stuff were getting into it. Either that or they don't realize their own guns are cutting stuff down whenever they go nuts, because these are actually positioned right to deal with stuff on the ground. Congratulations. You're the first person in a while, Mr. Urgent Toysters Camp. Urgent Oysters. I guess it's Urgent Oysters, not Urgent Toysters. So this layer is their workshop area and their follower who's naked. And this layer is their bed, their one collection, two collections, well, they did use a pancake house, so we'll go ahead and give this place a 3 overall because it's just a collections camp. There's no real thing here. And Slocum Joe's Fat Stack, it's either a fat stack of donuts or a fat stack of pancakes. You make your choice. But I'll go ahead and make this a 3 real quick, and I guess we're going to go to Peace to Hippies Camp. Because why not? We'll go ahead and end out the server. And it's gone. Alright, so, going to go back to my camp. Because there's people at it. So the camp that I have up right now is my fine boat. As you can see. It does have a bit of a market on it, not much of one. There's not much in here, to be honest. A few little odds and ends. Nothing really to write home about. Bedroom, a little bit of a storage area. People dropping gifts all over the place for me. And you know, this is my boat. It's one of the older boats that I have. It's also one of the older ones as far as build goes, because there's certain things I can't do anymore that I did on this one. And it's just an old camp. Anyway, if you're ever looking on Reddit and you're looking up boats in Fallout 76, this one will probably show up, although it won't be as cool as some of the ones that you will see there. But this is just an airboat. I don't know what they just bought, nor do I care. But I have people running around inside of it, probably trying to figure out how it's all put together. Hello. So, this has been Ren for Ren's Wasteland Camp Review / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. I will talk to you guys later. You have a good night.